Hello everyone. I just want to give a quick and brief update. Probably won't be quick, but it'll be brief of what I just came across on this stupid Pizzagate Conspiracy Theory article on Wikipedia and what these authors have been doing, which just, wow. As you guys have watched, for those who have been keeping up to date, things have changed on this. The talk section was different. We're just going to jump right into the talk section. Because what has happened is, basically, since I haven't done 30 or 500 plus edits, they're using that as an excuse for why we can't edit. You have to have more than 30 or 500 edits on Wikipedia. But it gets even more ironic than that. I mean, more like moronic. The bottom line is, I've kind of pretty much exhausted the areas I can go, since they don't want to, by emailing them, they don't want to deal with it because there is no set real admins on here, as I pointed out in a previous video. I've got one more email that I've sent that I'm waiting for a response. Basically, I'm just pushing to have this thing deleted on the grounds that they're just going completely against these. They got 3 golden rules and they're just violating them. They're not being biased on this article at all. It's completely one-sided. You can't tell these editors nothing. What I found out today, and this just pissed me off. We'll just jump right down to the talk section. You guys have seen in my videos, I've showed you the email, the request that I had written for a re-edit. Well, what these idiots have done, they just basically cut out certain things from my thing. Okay. Basically what you see when you see support or oppose, they're dealing with the debunk. And truthfully, you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, they get downright nasty in this thing. But somebody took what I had opposed, what I had cited, but they changed the wording completely and added their own pieces and neglected everything I put on in here. Opposed because the claims that has been debunked are all based on other sources claiming it has been debunked. There has been no actual investigation of the claims, and no one has gone through each claim systematically debunking them. It is stated that the DC police investigation, DC police investigated and found nothing, but on submitting a Freedom of Information Act request for the report of the investigation, a YouTuber user was told that, in fact, the DC police had no investigation. Now I want to show you something here. Here's something else they did. They changed the link to this video. As you can see, the video is no longer there. Well, I know for a fact that's not the right link. We'll just go to my channel real quick. I'll go find the video. Okay, let's see here. Right there's the video. So they changed the link. And you guys can find this video. DCPD never did an investigation. They lied. Freedom of Information Act, dead end, time to act. Which he later goes on to say, and he did an update to this. He's actually filed to the Supreme Court section of it, so we can get a proceeding going on further. Just an update on that for those that aren't subscribed. I highly recommend it. You guys check out Brian I Citizen News, subscribe to him, check out his channel, and check out his website, independencitizen.net. And let's get back to what I do. a few things. So they've already removed links, so people can't actually see the real video. So they lied when saying they had an investigation. This means no one actually investigated the claims or debunked them. All sources simply point to the fact that other sources have apparently, this is stuff that's been added into what I had originally done, so I don't know who did this, apparently debunked it as a secular fashion. The Pizzagate investigation also moved well beyond the pizza restaurant, and much more evidence had been discovered, including, see, I never even put this, I'll show you my original request. The fact that police did not investigate is an important aspect of the story, as many sources stating. And it goes on to here, whoever this person is an IP address, so it's a bot more likely, or somebody's not signed in. Then they go on to say, this person goes on to cite that has made few or no other edits to outside of this topic. Well, of course, considering you guys just changed this whole thing. This is the guy that tried to put sanctions on me. This hasn't been investigated to prove that the two above IP addresses aren't trolls from Algenio at Ian Thomas, who tried to put them. This is somebody directed this at him. One of these IPs is British proxy, and the other part of a wide open American network that's commonly read almost entirely used for hijacked proxies. I know you are being sarcastic, but you're probably exactly right. The presence of irony does not, Opposed. As above, the person above me stated a fact of information request revealed the D.C. police hasn't done an actual investigation, sort of cited claim D.C. police has said it was fictitious. But D.C. police hasn't done any investigation at all. They just said, now this is somebody trying to back up. They're trying to oppose the wording and using of debunking and have that certain part of the section removed, including the D.C. Metro. The above cited YouTube video, and once again they go on to point out that few or no other edits outside this topic. The above cited YouTube video definitely fails to meet the Wikipedia policy of verifiability judgments about what is written in Wikipedia cannot be made on someone's unvetted personal opinion expressed in YouTube's videos that isn't backed up by reliable sources. Personal opinion, speculation, and innuendo might be acceptable for VOAT, but Wikipedia is different. A person can find a YouTube video to support almost any point of view. You need to find more authoritative and reliable sources to support your position. In my original request, I had linked the YouTube video and also linked to the site, to the actual article where the document, where he had posted, basically copied the original emails he received from the DC Metro to back up his evidence. Well, the other thing that is not, that you'll later point out, dude is a reliable source of information because he is a licensed reporter. And he did the investigation. So they are just doing what they want. And anybody tries to get in their way, they get threatened with sanctions or just ripped apart in here. And trust me, they removed a bunch of the stuff that was in here, as you guys seen in previous videos. So what would be needed for Wikipedia to believe he actually filed and got a response to the Freedom of Information Act? And once again, few or no other edits outside this topic. Third-party RS saying that there had been no investigation. I can claim I spoke on the phone only yesterday to Mr. Sanchez, assured me that. So that basically what they're doing, they're trying to uncredit everything by saying that, well, I can say whatever I want. But besides, that's what they've done in this whole article. It's one-sided. Who says we don't believe it? The fact that a couple of right-wing conspiracists can't figure out the difference between there is no ongoing investigation and we never bothered to investigate is not our problem. The fact that a random YouTube video that purports to show an email evidence nothing except for the creator's possible image editing skills is not our problem. The fact that a non-notable person who just so happens to have a YouTube account thinks this conspiracy is real is not our problem. You want to prove this bullshit true? Go do it on your own and stop expecting Wikipedia to validate your bizarre beliefs for you. For the police to investigate, and I've read this before, basically they go on to site, well, you have to file a report, which, as I said, no one's done. But they do challenge you to go ahead. But either way, they're not going to cite it. You know, everybody's on the supporting the conspiracy theory is fake. We should call it as such. All reliable sources denounce Pizzagate is untrue, and Wikipedia reports what is reliable sources say. So all these people are in support of keeping it, the name and title of things in it, as debunked. Therefore, they don't have to remove or repost or re-edit anything that's in this article due to this fact. This is still continuing, so as of yesterday in this talk section, it's updated. Walk over here, come over here, type in Pizzagate Conspiracy Theory, then right on the right side of the, it'll say article, I'll show you in a second, you just click on the talk page and scroll down. You know, then it goes to, yes, see archive. Multiple editors have questioned this, including at least one admin. Then they kind of bash him. Okay, I stand corrected. Requires that we not just say it's been debunked, but go into detail on how it's debunked. I remember reading Holocaust Denial, not because I thought the Holocaust wasn't real, but they go on to tear this dude up, but because I want to know what all Holocaust deniers were saying. The article not only explained what Holocaust deniers were claiming, but also explain the flaws in the arguments. That, to me, is the mark of a good article about fringe theory. If it had just said the Holocaust denial had been debunked, but didn't explain why, that would do our readers a disservice. Just to clarify, you voted support in the survey, supporting the retention of debunked in this article. You then, in response to another user's comment, said that changing the wording sounds better. Which is your vote? I only ask because here, we'll scroll you back up to where he said it, you say you would like the word debunked removed. You like the word debunked removed. I'm saying that the word debunked should be removed from the opening sentence, but not the whole article. And they go on to argue that fact. I mean, it'd be cool if they would actually put a section to where why it should not be considered debunked. That's what a biased article is. It's supporting both facts. Facts to why it's been, people say it's debunked, and facts to why it's not. As I've showed in, well, no, I can't say that. It was on another video I did for something else. But as I showed on YouTube, Pizzagate is an ongoing thing that's generating daily thousands, hundreds of thousands videos being posted on this topic. Two Minds NPOV says we should be neutral, but it's hard to see this as not thoroughly debunked. No, not. The only evidence that has not been proved is either made up, falsified, or misinterpreted is the code. And that is also totally unsubstantial. This is hard to see this as not debunked. So they keep arguing their points why. It just goes on and on. I'm looking for another section now. Because once more, they use my... What did it do? Get removed already? Looks like the other thread on this was removed. Because then earlier today they cited 2 sections where they had changed my request. The fact is, I'm not showing. I mean, they get downright vicious in here. Ooh, scare quotes. You win, Pizzagate. It's totally true. They don't, like I said, they don't want to make changes on it. They want to keep this as one-sided as possible. And that's what my email to Wikipedia has been. I just said, screw attacking this because I'm not going to get anywhere because it's based on a consensus of the editors in here. And what they're doing now is they're saying, well, we can put a stop to this because the locks, I showed you the system, how, the different degrees of locks, how you can lock your article. Well, this particular lock basically says if you don't have 30 or over 500 edits, you can't edit on here, and they're just going to ignore you. I mean, it's January 2nd. To be perfectly fair, Pizzagate would be my preferred article. The fact that it is a conspiracy theory should be defined in lead while, yeah, it's pretty clear. None of the sources referred to as Pizzagate Conspiracy Theory that I've seen. They go on to argue this for a bit too. Basically what happened is that somebody tried to move to Pizzagate. And like I showed you before, they keep jumping back and forth. There's a time period. Then after it's been dissolved, you know, it's supposed to technically wait 30 days, but they haven't. These guys are just even going against the rules of Wikipedia as they see fit. I mean, they just keep arguing. I'll leave a link here so you guys can actually check out this talk section. I mean, it's ever-changing. But to misquote something that I had said and reword it to their own knowledge, then remove the link, but even to be even worse, as I'm going to show you right now, this is why it's important as you're doing things like this, keep your stuff documented. The first time I did this, I didn't have it documented. Especially on this one particularly, you might want to use something to record it as you're doing it, just for the simple fact that, you know, I mean, they can even go on to say on this that it's not proof that this, I didn't just add this. Edit request, District of Columbia Police Department never did a real investigation. That was my original thing that I had posted. I copied it. As soon as I posted it in there, I copied it, pasted it, and added it to this document for my own personal. Oh, I have a Brian of Vice Citizen News. Right, there's the link that they omitted from there to his website, to the actual article, and I go on to state what I replied. There's the link that they changed, so it wasn't linked to the actual video. And you just, I mean, yeah. I put in there, see, like I said, they took a section of this omitted. I'll read the whole thing. Brian of iCitizen News, then I put the link to his website, sent an email on December 6, 2016 to District Columbia Police Department asking about the investigation, requesting the evidence of the investigation under the Freedom of Information Act. On December 22nd, 2016, they replied they did not conduct an investigation regarding an alleged pedophilia ring at Comet Ping Pong restaurant. They refer back to the press release they gave and go on to call it fictitious conspiracy theory. Accordingly, we are able to respond to you with any responsive records, which is due to the fact they never did a real investigation on this at all. Brian of iCitizen News has shared this info on YouTube. There's the link to the YouTube. Then again, a link to his website, straight to the document, so everyone can see the documentation and follow the investigation. He has filed an appeal titled Freedom of Information Act Appeal because you cannot cite that you debunked something without doing an open investigation, what makes their claims to be fictitious in itself. And therefore citing them as a credible source of debunking is uncredible for lack of doing a real investigation. The job is to follow any leads and do any unbiased investigations, not to quote another site's statement, which is what actually happened, and hope the matter goes away, which is what happened here. Thanks to Brian of iCitizen News, we now have some facts on this matter, which anyone could have done under the Freedom of Information Act, and is what needs to be done for all sources regarding this issue. Only then can you truly debunk this or find the truth. And that was the end of that. And that's what when I wrote Wikipedia, I added that into the things that I will show you right here. And that was my first email to Wikipedia. I proposed my argument, then I added this with the proof. And of course my response was, I've already discussed. So basically what's happening here is just, we're not going to get this changed. Like I said, I'm pretty much on my last way I can deal with this through Wikipedia. I've already been threatened to have my account banned, suspended, and even with pursuing it with Wikipedia, I'm still in pretty close to getting it banned, which means they also ban my IP address, so I can no longer do anything on here. I mean, they're citing, Snoops, other sources. It's just getting ridiculous. But they've basically they're going to try to close this section down so it can't be brought up again for another 30 days. Is what's happening here. And I mean, you guys can read it for yourself. I mean, check on it periodically, because I mean, this thing's ever changing. I mean, it's changed about 3 hours ago when I last looked, and I had found the one section where they almost quoted me word for word, then basically added their stuff, omitted, but they still never put the link to the website in, which is the most important part. If you're not going to use YouTube as call it a credible source, go to the man's website. So, in a sense, I don't know what more can be done, because not even Brian, with the way they locked his page, could come here, prove his credentials, yet they still won't allow him to edit. And basically, my suggestion is everybody, come on here, find the link, contact Wikipedia, send an email, and request this thing be removed, because it's all one-sided. People that brought facts have been pretty much well denied. They don't want to cite their facts, or they want to rewrite what they had commented, because they deleted my comments for requests. And then they re-add them in here as an oppose, but not my own words. Adding things and changing it. Which is why, they got the bogus IP address. My IP address is very real. I mean, this has just been the stupidest thing I've come across, the most aggravating headache I've had to deal with. And the fact is, they don't even mention YouTube. YouTube's not even mentioned in any of this article. Origins, BuzzFeed. If you're going to write a biased story and keep both sides of it, you're going to also state, the real people that are actually out there doing the investigation. There's tons of YouTubers. Okay, they're not, but they're doing research into it. They're finding stuff. And there's people out there like Brian, who's a reporter, went and got and filed a Freedom of Information Act to get the truth. And these things should be added to this article. But you can't, it's a consensus of editors, which I'm going to show you real quick, because there's some tools I want you to start using on here. Page information. Because the last time I did a video, this thing has changed. I mean, like I said, updated again today, which what was updated, they added a redirect link, which I don't know how long that's going to stay up there, because the redirect link goes to something that has no on this article. But my biggest issue on this thing has been this, and you guys remember last time I showed it, this thing was ridiculous. Me as a second, this thing got 7,164 views. These are basically daily views. Daily average is 5,560. Page views, 77,837. Edits, 186. That's ever changing. Editors are down to 38. The sizes went down some. But as you can see, this thing's rampant. And it makes no sense why we can't get get it removed or properly re-edited. But instead they want to let these editors threaten people with sanctions, which is just ridiculous. Like I said, I mentioned Ian Thompson. Well, he's the one that threatened me with discrimination, sanctions, or banned. And you've seen how his response was in this article. So basically, I'm going to keep staying on top of it. I will re-update when I receive which is going to be my last email to Wikipedia. Because to me, it's like hitting a brick wall or trying to talk to a brick wall. I'd probably have better conversations with a rock. I mean, because they don't care. This just brings me back to the simple fact is we shouldn't. Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. I showed you the video that they had on here how anybody can edit, but that's actually not completely true. Of course, everything has fine print. But the fact is, how many people come here and cite this as source? I mean, well, how many college students use this, and will cite off Wikipedia? How many of our kids in school do it? And when you get articles like this, and then this gets worse. I mean, I've started typing in other things. I'm starting to find that top discussions that would be considered to be not all the way semi-true, like climate change. So if you oppose climate change, or anything on those likes, these pages are locked. You can't edit. If you try to re-edit, or request for a re-edit, you just get badged. I've already tried a couple. And it's, the point is, well, you're supposed to be biased. You're supposed to be neutral, share both sides of the story, cite your links, cite your sources, but yet somewhere in that article they go on to talk about, in the talk section, as I said, you guys can read it, they go on to talk about, well, it's not our job to check if a source, to check a source or a cited link. It's not our job to investigate it if it's real. But you're the one citing it and quoting it, saying it is, which they have done in this article. But yet, as soon as you put something opposed, they're quickly, as I've shown you, quick to say, well, no, it's not a credible source. But yet they go freely in here and admit in this talk section where they have not, and they don't. It's not their job. It's not Wikipedia's job. I mean, I'm going to, like I said, there's a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the last steps with this last email that I've sent. I'm going to start a petition to have this thing removed. And then you guys just share these videos. Spread the word. That's all we can do. That is eventually enough people to see this, and if you guys come here and everybody starts complaining about it, we might be able to get something done. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, wait, one more thing I want to say. I am checking out a new platform as a backup for right now, because I am getting censored a bit on YouTube. More than a bit, actually. Especially on this topic. Anything I've done for Wikipedia, as you guys can see that I do run them. This is the second video on this topic that has been requested as not advertiser friendly. This one was the last week. I'll show you guys. I'll do it live for you so you guys can see what I have to do. Oops. Wrong part. So basically what I got to do here, click edit. Go here. Your video isn't being monetized because it contains content that might not be appropriate for advertising. To monetize a video, your content, metadata, and thumbnail must be advertiser friendly. So basically I don't have to make a few changes or whatnot. Click and have them review. Last time I just clicked and had them review and it was good. But yet, you know, they're just playing with my stuff. I've watched my channel, my dashboard, I've watched my statistics change to 14. And since this was a new video, this is not even reflected in here. Actually, I went from 18 to like 10 for no reason. Views, they were at 200 and something. So, mysteriously dropped to 185. Like I said, they're starting to play with me. So I came across a new platform, VidMe, which I'm going to check out. I posted a video. They got to be under 30 minutes long, guys, which is kind of hard for me because I don't really do under 30 minutes, it seems. But it's pretty much similar to YouTube with the things. The only thing, we can't live stream yet, but they're fairly new. But they're, you know, from what I've seen, I mean, it's fairly similar. I think pretty much we'll do the same stuff, you know. But you can get verified on here. Once you're verified, you can upload longer videos. You got to put your own cover art. Make sure you have a picture. Be a little bit participate. Upload a couple of videos, and, you know, follow a few people, comment, be a little active. Then you can request for verification to be verified. Like I said, I just joined today. I thought it was And so far not bad. I kind of like it. Easy to do, easy to work with. For anything for right now to be a backup for my videos from YouTube. Might be something worth some of you guys checking out. Like I said, we can't live stream from here yet though, so we're still going to have to use YouTube, or for those of us who have websites, we can actually live stream to our websites using certain software. I use XSplit Broadcaster, and I can actually live stream right to my website from there. So this is what I'll be working on for the future. Like I said, this is going to be more of a backup site, see how it works, see how, and follow it for a bit. I'm still going to be relying a little bit on YouTube, but at least there's another option out there to get away from YouTube if they keep up doing this. I mean, in fact, I want to show you guys something. Even with these videos, like that one. Go to analytics. And I've got friends all over the world. Over in Europe, Russia, Saudi Arabia, everywhere. But it seems like the European countries, my videos aren't being shown. I guess I clicked on the wrong one. It's just easier to do it this way. Which I normally don't show this stuff, but that's okay. That was the re-edit one. Yeah. As you can see, not really getting views anywhere outside of the United States and Alaska. And it's pretty much the same for all my videos. I'm getting some in Romania, France, Germany, United Kingdom, but not like I should be. And I've heard a couple of people message me saying they're not actually getting my videos. So another reason to look for another site if they're going to be this sensitive over something that, you know, it's freedom of speech. Quit censoring my shit. I mean, granted, same could be said for Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is a lot of places for people to go to use source, and by their own policies, you need to be biased, neutral. If you're going to report a view, report both sides of the view, and not use your own opinions. In fact, your own research is not even allowed on there. You have to have an unbiased opinion. Yeah, unbiased is the word. Sorry, guys. And just report all aspects and facts. But like I said, I'll keep you guys updated as I find more, and I'll update as I start working on other avenues to get this thing taken down. Because if you're going to be one-sided, I'm even actually started working on my own Pizzagate article. And where I'm going to use it as more of a YouTube perspective. How people are with their investigations. I'm going to keep everything that's, you know, been brought up. Because, I mean, tonight, who knows what. For those that are kind of interested, Sanj did a interview with Hannity on Fox News. It's supposed to air tonight. Be interested what he's got to say, because he's, you know, most of this stuff did come from him. The leaked emails, he's the one that dropped all this stuff. The Pizzagate thing and all that. So, might be worth something to watch out, and it might make some change. Finally, make these guys change some of the stuff they got put on there. All I know is we'll just have to wait and see what goes on. I'm going to keep on top of this. I've got other projects I'm working on, but like I said, guys, for those that don't know, my channel, I cover many genres of different things. If you find a video that's not directed toward you, you know, because like the way I title them, you'll know what's for you and what's not. You know, don't watch those. Watch the ones that you like. Just for those that have been enjoying this series, keep watching them. I'm going to eventually break off this thing and start reporting on some of the other articles on here that I've come across. try to kind of bring you guys a full investigation of how one-sided Wikipedia is becoming. So those are going to be up-and-coming videos. For those that are enjoying this series. For those that join the other series, the only thing I ask, if the genre is not for you, just don't watch it. I had somebody already stumble across one. He subscribed. He's cool. I mean, I don't mind, but just know that I'm putting more than just these things out there. More than sometimes it's just my own ramblings, my own thoughts, ideas, theories, and opinions. We all like different things. I just happen to like a lot of things, and I do a lot of videos on everything. So I show you guys respect. Show me the same respect is all I ask. You guys have a good evening.